So President Trump making another sharp departure from the Obama era. He met with law enforcement leaders and basically doubled down on his campaign promise to restore federal support for police that was largely withheld, some would say, or the tone was very different in the last administration. Here he is.
We will work every day to remove the gang members, drug dealers, and violent criminals from your communities, and we already are. My highest duty as president is the security of our people, the security of our nation.
Chuck Canterbury is the national president of the Fraternal Order of Police, the nation's largest police union, and he was among the officials who you saw around that table with the president. Good to have you here tonight, Chuck. Welcome. What would you say?
Thanks for having me.
Good to have you here. What would you say is the biggest difference that you see under President Trump with regard to these issues?
I think it's the whole tone that he takes, that he wants to support the police officers on the street that have a impact on crime. And he's a true believer that we need to get back to the policing strategies that worked in the 90s when police officers were on their beat. They knew their neighborhoods, but he understands that there's a tremendous staffing problem, but he also wants us to work in a collaborative effort with the federal government instead of an adversarial role that we sometimes saw under the Justice Department with Attorney General Holder. He wants to get into a collaborative type mode, and we're very supportive of that.
So one of the things that's changing is that some of the heavy equipment, some of its military equipment that's no longer used by the military, that was pushed to local law enforcement. And after Ferguson and some of the riots and some of the, the backlash that we saw during that period, the Obama administration clawed back that equipment. They didn't want that on the streets anymore. They thought it presented the wrong front for the local police. That equipment's going to come back. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, do you think?
Well, it's a good thing in many respects. First of all of this equipment is demilitarized. There are no offensive weapons involved. The Humvees and the Bearcats are not armed vehicles. They're armored vehicles. And you could ask the people in San Bernardino, the people that came out of the Pulse Club in Orlando, the people that were saved from the floods in New Orleans 3 or 4 weeks ago, that were saved with this equipment that's already been paid for. It saves taxpayers money, it's vital equipment, and it provides that equipment to state and local agencies that couldn't afford it.
Right.
So it's good equipment.
Chuck Canterbury, thank you very much. Good to have you here tonight, sir. Thanks for coming in.